Have you noticed something feels off lately? I am not saying it's broken, just different. People don't look at each other the same way anymore. We're surrounded by people everywhere we go, and yet it's never felt this lonely. It's quiet. Not the kind of quiet you can hear, but the kind you can feel. You see it in small moments, the kind most people don't even notice anymore. Sitting in a cafe, two people across from each other. But there's no conversation, just silence filled with scrolling. At dinner tables, families sit together, but no one is really there. Everyone is somewhere else, on a screen, in another world, but not with each other. Sometimes you notice it in conversations that never really begin. A few words exchanged, a quick response, and then it fades. No depth, no curiosity, no effort to stay and enjoy the moment. Walk down any street and you'll see it. People passing by, eyes down, faces blank, avoiding contact, disconnected from what really matters, like looking at someone might actually require something from them. So, they don't. And maybe neither do you. Because the truth is, it's not just happening around you. It's happening to you. Little by little. You stopped looking up. You stopped asking real questions. You stopped noticing people as human beings with needs for real conversation, eye contact, presence, and care, the way you used to. Somewhere along the way, life became noise. And when everything feels like noise, you learn to tune it all out, even people, even moments that actually matter. And the scariest part is, you don't even realize it's happening. It didn't happen all at once. There wasn't a moment where everything changed. It was slow, quiet, almost invisible. We traded presence for convenience, real conversations for quick replies, depth for speed. And over time, we got used to it. Used to not really listening. Used to not really seeing each other. Used to connection that doesn't actually connect. We started measuring interaction by how fast we could respond instead of how deeply we could understand. And here's the part no one wants to say out loud. It's not just the world that changed. We did too. We became more distant, more guarded, more comfortable being alone, even when we don't want to be. We stopped asking real questions. We stopped sitting in silence. We stopped trying to understand. Because real connection takes effort. It takes patience, attention, and a willingness to be uncomfortable sometimes. And somewhere along the way, we decided it was easier not to try. So now, we live in a world where everyone is available, but no one is really there. And maybe you felt it too, that strange distance, even in places that used to feel familiar. Being surrounded by people but still feeling like you don't belong there. Like you're present, but somehow not part of it. Like you're watching everything happen, but not actually inside it. And the hardest part is that you start to accept it. You tell yourself this is just how things are now. This is normal. This is what life has become. But it doesn't feel normal. It never did. There was a time when things felt different, when conversations lasted longer, when people looked at each other, when silence didn't feel empty. Now silence feels heavy. Not peaceful, but distant. Maybe nothing is actually missing. Maybe we just stopped showing up, stopped being present, stopped choosing connection when it became inconvenient. We learned how to communicate without ever really saying anything. We learned how to stay connected without ever really feeling close. And now we're left with something that looks like connection, but feels empty. There's also something else that changed, something quieter, something harder to notice. We stopped being curious about each other. We stopped wondering what someone else is thinking, what they've been through, what they might be carrying, what they might need, and how I can help. People became background, just faces passing by, just noise in the distance, and when curiosity disappears, connection disappears with it, because connection doesn't happen automatically. It starts with attention. It grows with interest. And it survives through effort. But effort feels heavy now. Everything is fast. Everything is immediate. Everything is designed to move on quickly. So we do the same. We move past people the way we scroll past everything else. Quickly. Without thinking. Without feeling. And over time, that becomes normal. Not noticing, not asking, not caring deeply enough to stay. And maybe that's why it feels different. Not because people changed completely, but because we stopped slowing down long enough to see each other, to really see each other. But maybe it's not too late. Maybe it starts small, looking up, saying something real, taking a moment to actually see someone, listening without distraction, because maybe what's missing was never gone. Maybe it's still there, waiting quietly, waiting for someone to notice, waiting for someone to choose it again.